Good morning, everyone, and thank you for your time today. There are several topics related to illegal immigration and other crimes that I will be addressing today in the hopes of bringing greater awareness and solutions to these issues. These are very difficult issues, but that does not mean we should look the other way. These issues need to be addressed, and part of that is making the public aware of what the problems are. Additionally, I want to mention that in Costa Mesa, we have complete respect and support for legal immigration and welcome all who come here legally. And I want to emphasize the word all, regardless of where they come from. Both of my parents came to this country legally. My dad came from Egypt and my mother from Sweden. So when we talk about immigration, it is important that we distinguish between legal and illegal. In Costa Mesa, we have tried to do what is right by upholding our laws. But when we do what is right by upholding our laws, we have been sued by the ACLU and other pro-illegal immigration groups. When we put forward a proposal to uphold our laws back in 2005, an activist who was supported by the ACLU repeatedly disrupted our council meetings and used vulgar language. When he was removed by the police due to his disruption, the ACLU sued and lost a jury trial. This has already cost the taxpayers of Costa Mesa over $500,000 to defend during these very difficult economic times. This translates directly into fewer things like street repair and programs and services for kids in the community. A few months ago, the city enforced our no solicitation ordinance due to complaints from the community. People were not only loitering and soliciting near businesses, but in front of residential neighborhoods as well. We received complaints of people urinating, littering, and using vulgar language in front of children. As a result of the enforcement, 12 people were arrested. Subsequently, they were screened by ICE, and all but one were found to be here illegally. One of the individuals that was here illegally had a warrant for his arrest for a sex offense. Now the ACLU is suing us again because they don't like our ordinance. And in these difficult economic times and times of high unemployment, any available jobs should be going to citizens and legal residents. So all that being said, the first thing I want to do today is recognize the success of the ICE program that has been in place in Costa Mesa since December 2006. Since that time, almost 1,300 illegal immigrants who have committed crimes in Costa Mesa have been flagged for deportation. This includes 1 for murder, 33 for sex crimes and cruelty to children, 125 for robbery, burglary, and theft, 212 for dangerous weapons, assault and battery, and drugs, and 326 for DUI and other vehicle code violations, and 208 that had warrants out for their arrests. Thank you to ICE and former Acting Director of ICE, Jim Hayes, for the work and support, and to Chief Shockey and the members of our police department for all of their work. I am grateful and in agreement with Mr. Hayes' statement in the Register some time ago saying, "I think we learned that the most effective means to restore integrity to the nation's immigration system is the enforcement of immigration laws." The next thing I want to state is that in Costa Mesa we are very strong in our enforcement of DUI, suspended drivers, and unlicensed drivers as well. But there are varying state laws, court decisions, and policies regarding arrests, issuance of citations, and towing of vehicles. Right now, if you are stopped and are driving under the influence of alcohol, you will be taken into custody and your car will be towed. We are very supportive of this enforcement in Costa Mesa. If you are here legally and your license is suspended due to a prior DUI, for example, and you drive while having a suspended license, that offense is a misdemeanor and is an arrestable offense even though you would most likely be cited for it, but your car will be impounded for 30 days. If you are here illegally and you are stopped and do not have a driver's license and have never been issued one, that is a misdemeanor violation under California Vehicle Code 12500A, but can be reduced to an infraction by the courts or district attorney. But according to our city attorney, you cannot be taken into custody for that based on California Vehicle Code 12801.5E. According to our city attorney, unlike the circumstances of someone who is here legally and driving on a suspended license, your car cannot automatically be impounded for 30 days for driving without a license except under limited circumstances based on the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals ruling Miranda v. City of Cornelius from the state of Washington. As a result, many of the cars of unlicensed drivers are not impounded in Costa Mesa. The bottom line is that the penalties for suspended or revoked licenses of those here legally are greater than for unlicensed drivers who are likely here illegally. Those stopped for a traffic violation, DUI check, or other authorized traffic enforcement can, however, be taken into custody to verify their identity unless they have a valid form of ID, such as a driver's license or passport. But many are not for various reasons, or lesser forms of identification are accepted, and I will be asking for further review of this at a future study session. I have asked our police department to compile some statistics regarding hit-and-run incidents in Costa Mesa. In 2008, there were 588 reported hit-and-run cases and a total of 128 hit-and-run arrests involving 15 individuals who were unlicensed and 85 individuals driving on a suspended license, for a total of 78% of all hit-and-run arrests. During the entire year of 2009, in Costa Mesa alone, we had almost 2,000 incidents regarding unlicensed drivers. 1,838 had citations issued to them, and 121 were arrested. Out of those arrests, 72 were issued detainers by ICE. This raises questions about the legal status of the majority of those that were cited but not brought into custody to verify their identity. If they are here legally, it is reasonable to expect that they would have a driver's license, passport, or other form of ID, such as a resident alien card, which they are required to carry with them. During the 12-month period of September